Hi everyone, it's Monday. I'm filming a little later today than planned. We had to get up some leaves today. The wind's been kind of crazy, filled the yard up, so we were out there doing some work. But I did get some progress done this past week on quite a few things. I don't know if how many people are repeatedly watching my videos. I just want to say thank you to those of you who have liked and subscribed. And it's kind of fun checking and seeing that I have new subscribers. Going slow, but getting there. So before I get into the crafting, I wanted to talk a little bit about my writing this week. I'm doing NaNoWriMo, and I decided instead of one book, I'm actually going to do two, or at least attempt to do two. So that would be 100,000 words in 30 days. We will see how that goes. So for book one, I am right on track. I haven't done my writing sessions yet today, but I'm right on track with 5,411 words out of the 50,000 already completed. On book two, I have 2,091. So I'm a bit behind there, but it's easily caught up. Once I get on a roll with it, I'll catch up. Okay, so that's it for the writing. That's all I'm doing. I haven't done anything but just working on the NaNoWriMo. And if you're not familiar with that it means National Novel Writing Month. And it happens every November. It starts at 12:01 on November 1st. So a minute after midnight on Halloween, NaNoWriMo starts. And it's been going for years. I've been doing this since 2010. So I don't always get there, but I have participated for that long now. And I really look forward to it every year. Okay, so, and with that, if you'd like to continue to follow my progress on my crazy journey for writing two, not one book, please be sure to like this video, subscribe. You can share it out. I really appreciate everybody's support. It has been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I can't say enough how much I appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about my crafting. The corner-to-corner blanket that I showed last week, the one for Deadpool, I have not done one stitch on it at all. I did not get to any of it. No finishes were done, and there's a fly in here. It came in when we come in with the groceries. So if you see a fly, I'm sorry. It's buzzing around. Okay, so I did start a crochet cowl because I am writing the patterns as I go. So I started the knitted cowl last week. This is how far I've gotten on it. So we're I would say about halfway there. And then the crocheted cowl is, oh, let me take out the crochet hook so I can show it to you. The crocheted cowl with part of a row there, it would go this way, is just going to be simply single crochets, one row of half double, and then double crochets on up. And then, you know, when I come down, it'll mirror this side. So it's just a very simple cowl because simple is good and fast is good. All right, so that's it for the cowls. And so they are definitely going to be on the rotation for this coming week that started today as well. I'm going to try to get these two finished because I want to go ahead and get the patterns posted up on my website. That is still in progress. That's another reason why I haven't made much progress. I'm working on my website. So as far as, I'm not going to show every single thing because y'all have seen the rack rack socks. I'm still on a heel flap on the first sock, but on the second sock I did get the color work started. So I'm making progress, slow, but it's coming along. And on the blue sock, I had stopped at row 45 last week, and I've done 10 rows. So I'm at 55. So 5 more rows, and then I start the heel flap on that one. And that, again, is just a very simple sock, I guess what you would call a vanilla sock. And it's using the Patton's Croy sock yarn, and the color I'm using is Cadet Colors. Although, like I've mentioned before, to me, it looks like denim. It looks like blue jeans. Does not look like cadet colors. But I didn't name it, so there we go. Sometimes it seems like sometimes the color names are like dead on. And then sometimes you're like, well, why didn't you call it this? It would have made more sense. Like in this case. But it is a really nice combination. It has like some dark khaki color mixed in a little bit here and there. Gives you that kind of old faded blue jean look. And then you have the navy blue. And then a couple different shades of blue in there. It looks really, really nice. Yeah, and there's it for my husband. So he likes them. So that's all that matters. As long as he likes it. Now, for the other items on my rotation from this last week was 3 dog sweaters. I finished the, I didn't do any on Dolly. So the orange collar with the 1 row of yellow is it's still the same. But I did finish the teal collar. And we have a hole there for the leash. And so this collar's ready for the next part. And then Lucy's, is to this point. I don't know if you can see. The pattern is starting to show up. It's not real clear yet, but it's really cute. And it's done with slip stitches on the in-between rows. And then you have knitted rows and basically like a garter stitch to give you those garter bumps. And I'm really liking it. I hope she does too. It's going to get cold. But yeah, so this sweater is more for a smaller dog, but I really like how it's coming along. And one thing that I am doing with the sweaters and the cowls is that I'm going through my stash and I'm finding those little bitty balls, you know, like the rest of this, there's just enough here to do the last part of the crocheted cowl. And hopefully this will be gone. If not, there'll be so little of it, it won't be worth keeping. So looking at like the dog sweater pattern and the cowls and things like that, just trying to find little ways to use up these scraps instead of just doing a big blanket, you know, like a scrap Afghan, which I absolutely love doing those. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to be able to have a few other projects where you're not just, you know, like, what color do I use? Do I have to go buy another, you know, skein of yarn? Use what you have, as many, you know, as much as you have. It saves money and it clears out the clutter. So that's always a bonus. Let's see. That's it for the crafting. Next week's rotation is going to basically be the same, except I'm adding in I need to do 2 giant granny squares that go with my granddaughter's blanket, and then start joining them. So her blanket's going to be 3 wide and 4 down. So I just need 12, or is it 4 wide and 5 down? I don't remember, but I have it written down. But I'm using some of the blocks from the Flora Afghan, and I will show those next week, and I'll provide the link for that next week as well. And then that way there, y'all can see what I'm doing. And the Flora Afghan is absolutely beautiful. It's been out for years. There's a bunch of video tutorials for it online through the Crochet Crowd. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Michael Selleck designed it, and he's a fantastic instructor and designer. He's great. He's really great. When anybody tells me they want to learn how to crochet, I send them to his videos, because I've never seen anyone teach crochet in such a meticulous, manner that is so easy to understand. You know, so he's awesome. So if you don't crochet and you want to learn how to crochet, check out the Crochet Crowd. Michael Selleck is his name, and he is the best instructor for crochet. So I'm also going to continue on the blue sock, the Rick Rack socks, and then these 2 cowls, and hopefully get at least the 2 cowls done. But it would be nice to get that pair of socks done too, but I'm really just focusing on getting the cowls done because they are also for Christmas gifts. So once those are done, that's 2 gifts out of the way. I don't have to worry about them anymore. All right. And now I want to tell you, we are up to, I think, 11 or 12 subscribers. We're getting there. Moving at a snail's pace, which is perfectly comfortable. And I'm really excited when I get the notification. So if you'd like to help grow my channel, just like and subscribe, and also tell your friends about it. If you know somebody that also does knitting and crocheting, that would be great. You know, I know that right now the channel doesn't have a lot on there. I do have plans on having maybe some shorts or whatever, or sharing some patterns that I've made, but that's for a later date once I get into the groove. Yeah, so now I'm going to tell you about my website and blog. So I have a domain, I have a website. It's called Fiber and Fiction, of course, you know, fiberandfiction.com. But if you go there, you're going to see absolutely nothing available because I have been struggling with this WordPress and we are not getting along. Even I have done tutorial after tutorial, but I think I found finally the WordPress theme that makes the most sense to me, and it's the blank one. Because the ones where they already have some gobbledygook up there, it's so confusing for me to switch stuff out and everything. I've tried using Otter blocks. I've tried using the Orbit Fox. I've used Elementor. None of it makes sense to me. So I'm going slow, and I'm taking, there's a video series that WordPress has, and I'm taking those tutorials now. So far, so good. I've actually made some progress. All right. New posts for this channel will be continuing to be on Monday, hopefully earlier than supper time. Today it's really late, and because it's so late, I'm not going to be editing this video. You're gonna get the raw whatever. So yeah, that's just basically where it's at. The links for the dog sweater are on episode 2. And there's also a link for a tutorial that Yarnspirations put out with that, where Marley Bird shows, and I think it's broken down in a couple different ones. But if you watch the first one, you know how YouTube is. It'll just pop up the next one in that series. So that's good. So this week, let's see how I did. I think progress was slow, but even though it was slow, I did make progress. I did have a medical procedure this week, and doing really good with that. But the first one that I had, I don't think was effective. So I'm going to talk to the doctor about that. Having back things done, so it's not real fun. And we also had a bunch of extra errands this past week, and that really through me. And then learning how to use WordPress, can we say, oh my goodness, this old brain. I mean, I used to play with like very basic HTML way back in the day. So I've discovered that HTML is a lot different now than it was when Yahoo had GeoCities. So it's going slow. Really, really slow. But I'm enjoying the journey. So that's all that matters, is enjoying the journey, right? And so hopefully this week I will make more progress than I did this past week, because I don't have as many places that I need to be worrying about going. I think the big plans is maybe one trip to town with my mom, and that's it. I'm staying home the rest of the week. I really like to stay home a lot. If I don't have to leave, I don't. I save my gas in my car. And I try to just take care of what I need to here. And it's not like we don't have a shortage of things to get done. So, yeah, keeps us busy. And I do enjoy it. And thank you again, every one of you, for stopping by. And I'm just going to say, I hope that this week your hands stay busy and that you have a very blessed one. And join me next Monday. Bye-bye.